Hi, it's Sarah Jane from Access Your True Nature. I'm just popping in here. We just had our first rain of the season, and it is just a beautiful synchronicity in to what I want to speak to today, which is October and it being a one energy. So, a time for new beginnings, a time to reassess, a time to regroup, and to really attune to what it is that you really want. And as I always do, yesterday being the first of the month, I sat and revisited my oracle card readings that I did in January. And no surprises, the card for October that I drew was a fork in the road, which again is really interesting as we sort of head into the last 90 days of 2017. Insane to think that 2017 is going into the last quarter, not last quarter, the last 3 months, and seeing this. Hi, Marina. Hi, Pranilla. Hi, Petrus. Thank you for joining me. Let me know if you have any comments or questions or about the new energies of October. And if you're sitting with something similar to what I pulled in January for October, coming out of September, my card was mending. And I really was a time of deep mending for me and releasing and letting go of past hurts and just settling myself into a new energy of forgiveness, and which works really well with the whole perfectionist trap, and all the rest. But October being a new beginning, the card that I drew in January for myself, as I said, was this fork in the road. So it's like we're always trying to choose. Hi, Joanne. Do I go this way or do I go that way? And my question for you is to ask what I asked and wrote in my book, which was to choose to act out of the highest integrity of my purpose, my soul's calling, and to just look at, what do I want again? What do I want? And not forgetting the journey that we've all taken through the first 9 months of the year. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to walk away from? And what do you need to become? And I'm reading what I wrote here: believe and perceive in order to live a prosperous life. So, a great mantra for you heading into the next 3 months is abundance is everywhere. Learn from what you have already created, and move on. So how can it be better? How can it get better than that? To know that you can start again. You can start again, and the power of choice is yours. Hi, Lawrence. Nice to see you. So I drew some cards before I got on the call, and no surprises. The card that I pulled is this beautiful one. See, can you see that? Which is about order and chaos. So how do you create order in chaos? And the card that overlaid that was values. So reassessing your values, reassessing how you see your life going forward from here. And I just think value is such a personal thing, and truth is always in there, because truth is such an exciting thing to be in because of October being a 1 month. For me, it's bringing up that we need to look at inner stability and balance. Where do you need to put your stake in the ground and anchor in the energy of the one, which is all about new beginnings, and also a way that you can start to create your own safety. So I want you to really just own that, that this whole internal balance or the shape shifting of your values, what needs to change, what's true for you that you're trying to make wrong, and where are you not creating collaboration over competition, because this really is something that keeps coming up as a constant theme with not just my own life but my clients. And looking at what you need from the inside and just trusting that you actually have everything that you need to get you where you want to go, and close out 2017 from a place of knowing, like, that you are strong, because our inner experience is what really informs our outer experience and how we're responding to the world. And when you practice, when you deepen into trust and and train from this place of creating your own inner stability and balance, then we can advance in our personal growth. And we're also able to give a lot more generously and be of more service to ourselves, to our clients, to our planet, to the animals, all at the same time. Because whenever you are feeling unstable, does it make sense that when you're distrustful, both your inner and your outer are really important in creating this harmonizing balance from a place of anchoring in that you are connected to everything. And when you can start looking at what you require and desire during these times of crazy, of chaos, then you can create calm no matter what's going on. Because just, just look at where you need to regroup. I suppose this is a really good time. And you know what, for me, the only good time is the now, but to just take a breath and just let things settle. Because for me, this month feels like a settling. Hi, Kimberly. Um, Hi, Lawrence. So, yeah, like I just said, we just had the most beautiful sprinkle of rain, and the seasons are shifting and the dust is settling. And this month, again, it feels to me that this is a really good place to look at how do you create your own safety, and where are you making yourself feel guilty, rather than seeing guilt as a positive emotion, that you deserve what you want. Deserve is of service. So give yourself a break. Just push pause again, and just let yourself let go of all the intensity that you've been feeling outside of there. And look at, how do you want to live your life? How do you want to fully access your true nature, and get really honest with where you might be out of balance right now, and where perhaps you need to create more stabilization in where you are claiming your stakes. Maybe there's some maintenance that needs to be done there. Maybe there's new seeds that need to be planted. Where can you tend to your garden internally, to get what it is that you want? Because only you have your own answers. And sometimes we need to let the dust settle and just let things shapeshift and move away and integrate before you can start moving forward again. And I think this is just such a wonderful month for doing that. If you're seeing the fork in a road, or you're feeling unsettled, just allow yourself to settle and know that you get to choose and choose again. And it starts with trust. If you don't know how to use my trust process, ask me. I'd be happy to share that with you. Joanne says, be aligned and detached of things outside without indifference. Absolutely. Yeah. It's just a great time to push pause and acknowledge, Joanna, what's ready to release, and any attachment that you might have to witness things being settled out there in the world. Just bring it into how do I create more calm? How do I create more peace in my life? From really trusting that I have this, that you have this, and your connection with the earth, your connection to everything, because you can't trust others if you're not trusting yourself. So just look at where are you putting power outside of yourself, of other people's judgments and reactions. And I spoke about that the other day, about how to not be disappointed, how to not take things personally, and have ownership on it. Being personal is intimacy with yourself. And if you have expectations about how other people should act, or how we should be treated or supported or made, that's part of our human condition. And if you are kind of finding yourself waiting because you've reached a fork in the road and you're sitting on the fence, or you're in the waiting room because you're not trusting that you create your own safety based on that the outside world isn't safe to trust, just know there's no shame in waiting. Sometimes waiting is the greatest gift you can give yourself, to just push pause and ask, is this the right time for me to move? Is this the right time for me to move, or to pause? because there's no better way right now to serve yourself than, and actually other people on the planet, than by building your trust muscle and anchoring your own sense of what does safety look like for you. What do you need in order to feel safe and connected? Because at the end of the day, what can you trust? Well, you can trust your own truth, you can trust your own wisdom, you can trust your own talents and capacities, your own wisdom to choose and choose again, to love, to create, to eliminate, to dream, to set intention from a place of internal attunement and congruence to what is it that I want? What am I here to do? What do I want to achieve? And own it. Because anything that you're attached to that's external, it's all, the possibilities of that going away, you have no control over what other people are choosing, but you can choose how you respond to that. I just think that, because as long as you're making anything greater than you or more priority over you and what you want, it's going to bring up a lot of insecurity, and you're going to continue to experience feeling somewhat shaken, actually, and rattled and triggered. And you're going to continue to exacerbate the worry because you're stuck in the blind spots. If you're not grounded and focused on what you want, and you're not honest about what it is that you want, you're just going to keep spinning your wheels. So October is a great time to look at how can I create safety from trusting my own abilities, my own body, in who I am, in who I'm grounding into the earth as a servant, right, of service to myself, my purpose, and to other people. So just remember, you have the resilience, you have the capacity, you have the wisdom, and you have the capacity to create whatever you want. There's always support from the inside and also from the unseen sources as well. This is trust in God, in divine, in your ancestral helping spirits, in your animal helping spirits, in your own wise woman. But you have to trust yourself before you can trust anything else. And it's all interwoven and interconnected. Hi, Julia. So we're just talking about trusting your gut and working with your intuition and your allies and your community, to really look at your neighborhood. That's another card that I pulled, is trusting that you are supported, and trust your inner knowing that you have the courage and the vulnerability to show up authentically, no matter what anyone else's point of view is. So just know that balance is interesting, because people think balance is flatlined, but every cell in your body is constantly moving. And it's more about harmonizing and deepening into communication, cellular communication. Your cells are speaking to each other all the time. And this is where you have to look at the harmony between the being and the doing, and the narrow focus and the big picture, and just to widen your perspective, widen your view, and see where things are out of alignment. In the bush, the plain is flat, the grass is just golden, and everything is flat until something moves, and then the whole field is averted to putting attention on what's moving. So look at what's moving and see where you need to settle things by asking for help, by getting information that you require, by letting things move away naturally, and tap into your community. Celebrate that you're not alone, that you are connected to everything. But it does have to start by trusting yourself and telling your truth. What is out of balance? Where do you need to pay attention? And where do you need to be accountable and commit to your own personal responsibility to you and how you're going to move forward in the next 3 months? Because it's your life, and nobody has the answers that you're looking for, and no one's going to hand you what you think you want on a silver platter. You have to do the work. You have to do the internal work, and you have to recognize what you need, commit to it fully, and ask for it. And then when you get what you want, take action. And if you don't have good boundaries, you're not going to be able to commit to that, no matter how strong your willpower is. Hi, Patricia. So coming out of September, it was all about adjustment. And if you're still feeling like you're a little shaky, you might just need to readjust and look at things aren't quite settled yet, just like the rain outside and the dust and the dryness. It's the first rain, and it's the first invitation to start getting the dust to settle and for new growth to sprout, because it's a new season of regeneration. So look at where do I need support right now, and look at where you're maybe doing rather than being. So many times I see my clients use the doing as a distraction, and a desperation comes to force more and push more and take in more and do more, when actually we need to look at what do we need to let go with. So spend some more time in being mode this month and support your physical body. Go at your body's pace so that you can really start settling into these new energies of renewal, because the more that you can embrace being in your life, the less resistance and impatience and frustration and irritation you're going to feel. And to me, this is the excitement of October, and this one energy is how can I deepen into flow? How can I deepen into right relationship with myself, with my community, with my body? And stop forcing, stop trying to swim upstream. Sometimes you just need to let go and go with the flow. And sometimes we do need to hold on to the rock, knowing that you are the rock in the stream. Um, so just remember that, to look at what is your primary operating system. Are you being derailed and thrown out of balance, or are you bringing in the energies that are anchoring your stake and creating peace in the calm? And it can be very different for each one of us what that looks like. So look at what you're taking a stand for, and look at what where you're operating from the 5 levels of conscious commitment and creation that have to embody you, and only you, from all levels of trusting yourself, trusting your body, and understanding and working with your own sequence will help you in the areas of worry or anxiety or depression or any other sort of states that are causing you to feel off kilter or paralyzed or atrophied or locked up. So just remember, speak your truth to you first. Ask for what you need. Show up. Just take a deep breath and regroup, refine, recalibrate, and receive. Have some fun. Don't forget to play. Be willing to be delighted and surprised, and just love yourself. Relax a little bit, and know that you're brave and courageous, and just take a leap. Have some compassion for yourself and just take a leap. Take care of your body and just tread gently on yourself. Have compassion for other people as well. And just deepen into trust. Just become more aware of what is out of balance. Where do I need to shift? Where do I need to be aware of where I'm being really hard to myself? This one of my big ones right now is where can I start tying up energy leaks, and where is a lot of guilt and shame coming up. That's not necessary. And if you've been putting off having a break, or you've been putting off doing something fun, give yourself your permission slip and just go out, enjoy things, go say hi to your neighbors, just appreciate however that shows up for you. Reach out to others and receive the gifts that are available to you. The world is full of assets. They're called people. It's called nature. It's called animals. And when you show up fully for yourself, then you can show up for others as well. And life will meet you there. It will meet you in the asks, but you've got to know what you're asking for. And it's such a privilege to have this intimate, amazing relationship with ourselves, to trust that you are lovable, to trust that you are fully loved, so that you can show up and give love out to others. So just remember, don't lose touch with yourself, because when you're no longer present and celebrating your magnificence, actually, when you're not celebrating that you woke up today, when you're not having appreciation for what you actually have rather than what you don't have, and how far you've come, in your life in this year, when you're not taking care of your own well-being and your hearts and your mindset and your soul and your vitality, this is where you see joy slip away and spontaneity becomes rigidity, and all the serendipity and the hope become cynicism and skepticism, and it hardens our heart. And we don't want that. We want to live from an open heart. So when you just start having fun and just feel into the parts of you that are abundant and are resourceful, and start living as if it has already happened. So start seeing your future as if it's already happened, and speak from that place. Then you're going to start feeling alive again. So tap into that and see where you're not living a life that you love because of the choices that you're making, because it's up to you. And that to me is what makes me wealthy, is reminding myself to trust that I live in an abundant universe, that my garden is blossoming, that new things are coming my way. And if we're going to continue to thrive and we're going to continue to have a living planet, we have to start smiling more with our eyes. We have to start showing up with an open heart, because it's that state of presence that requires us to be responsible for ourselves and our feelings and our actions and who we're being in the world and how we're showing up. And it's a beautiful thing if you just walk your talk, whatever that might be. And it's all based on trust. It's about presencing. It's about being present in the appreciation of trusting that this is your life and you are a masterpiece. So check in with yourself on how you're showing up. And hi, Kelly. And check in with me. Let me know how you're going to start appreciating your life, your love, your contribution. And just look at that. How can I deepen my relationship with myself so that I get to show up in bigger and more beautiful ways? And you can't do that if you're not looking after your physical body. So stop focusing on what you think needs to be fixed or healed, and just acknowledge what is presently vibrant, what is working, what is vital, and stop the perfectionism, stop the addiction to waiting, stop the addiction to lack and need, and just get present with your breath, get present with your environment, and just live, breathe into that. So that's it. That is what I have to say about October, is enjoy the dance. Watch when impatience comes up, or impulsivity comes up, or when you start beating yourself up because you think you should be further than you are, or that you're not where you want to be, and enjoy where you are. Enjoy the ideas that are coming through to you now. It's okay to say no to the things that don't feel aligned, and just ask yourself, is this the right time for me? Is this aligned with my vision for the next 3 months or 6 months or year or 5 years from now? And use the futuring exercises that I've given in another one of these trainings to really strengthen and deepen into your stakes from a sense of trusting that you are being true to yourself and you're in integrity to your body and to your community and your family and your animals, and that you're enough, and let go of all the stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. New beginnings. So complete what you need to complete and move on, and make room for something greater than you could ever imagine possible. So go do that, and stop looking at what you think you can't do, because it's not about what you can't afford. It's not about resources, not always about the money. Not everybody's motivated by money. It's always about what you see as important and making that a priority. So you have to look at that, how resourceful you can be when you really, really want to show up, or you really want something to grow. You have to support that in order for it to support you in your growth. So just continue to grow and rebalance and get rid of all the clutter and all the old lies that are maybe still holding you back. go gently, let the dust settle as the rain comes, and let's birth into this new space together that is generative and beautiful, and that might sometimes look like slowing down, and just take more time to absorb and appreciate your surroundings and what you do have, and just enjoy a little bit more spaciousness right now. Hello, Lena Marshman. Hello, Dahlia. All my favorite people here. So that's it. I think I'm done. Full moon is on Thursday. So good day to really keep focusing on what am I hungry for right now? What's feeding me? And what are you going to action from a place of clarity to nurture your desires, to practice spending time in both being and doing, gratitude and inspiration and appreciation. And I appreciate you, by the way. So be willing to be pleasantly surprised at unexpected turnabouts, and just pay attention to what is in your current reality right now, and so that you can really flow and be more flexible. Water your wood instead of collapsing or snapping underneath some of these heavier energies that might still be flying around in your environment. So that's it. Happy October. Let's make this next 90 days count. I'd be really interested to know what you're creating. Let me know if I can support you anyway. I'm going to be going a lot more deeper myself. So I'm going to be creating a little bit more space for myself and not being so out there. But there's some wonderful things coming your way. I've got some really exciting projects that I'm working on. So feel free to reach out to me if you're interested in more work, or I'd love to know what you're asking for, what you most need support for. I'm going back to the Alliance in November. So if that interests you, let me know. I'm looking for someone to be my partner and wingman on that trip, and I've got another being heard coming up pretty soon as well. So if you are interested in how you can partner with horses are always present. They always show us the lies that we're telling ourselves. So if you'd like to get out in the herd and own that you're enough and trust that you are enough for yourself, for your body, and for your animals, let me know and I will meet you there. So that's it from me. My Winston cat is sleeping here. I'll just give you a little, see if I can turn this around. Say hi, Winston. Say hi to the people, Winston. Eh? Hi, Winston. This is my blind boy, Winston, who's sitting on my lion cards. Okay, guys, that's it. That's it from me. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you, and happy October. Bye. Mwah.